Hi friends, I thought I'd jump on here and make video part 3, my journey of my life, and I decided to make it a 6-part series. So for the ones just joining us, go ahead and watch my video 1 and 2. I've already posted them, and this is video 3 of my life and my journey to tell you a little bit about me. Well, I'm a 65-year-old disabled woman. I retired when I was 50 years old. I was in the process of going to nursing school, and I was a CNA hospice caregiver. I grew up in a Christian household, and believe it or not, I loved school. Sometimes that's unusual to find kids that do like school, but I did like school. And I did like to go to summer school. So whenever school was out, I was kind of sad because I liked going to school. So I would go to summer school, and then vacation. When vacation hit, I would also go to vacation Bible school. I loved all that type of stuff. So I did all that, and the vacation Bible school I liked very much because I ended up getting to go to Christian camp. And that was fun. Those are a lot of good memories. I remember doing different activities and chow hall when you go in there, and they had the best food and stuff, and they had a little snack bar and stuff, and I enjoyed doing that, doing crafts and stuff. I was about 12 or 13 years old, and these were like little igloo cabins that were open up in the night air. You could smell the crisp, fresh air. There was nothing like it. I enjoyed it, and I did that for 2 or 3 summers in a row. A place called Camp Cielo, and I enjoyed that very much. And they also had a big, humongous pool that I used to swim in. So I remember being a Christian camp. I showed up at the camp and I brought my bathing suit. It was a string bikini, polka dotted bikini. They wouldn't let me wear it. They made me put a t-shirt on. But anyway, it was funny because I liked bikinis, so I brought my little polka dot bikini, and they were appalled because it was a Christian camp. So anyway, I remember that. That was a funny memory of my camp. So anyway, I don't wear bikinis now. I'm not built for them anymore. I'm 65 years old and voluptuous in the ways I don't want to be. But anyway, just a little humor there. Some of my childhood memories were some that I'll never forget. The time that my mom and my dad took me and my brother and sister to Disneyland. I used to love going to Disneyland. We'd go to Knott's Berry Farm, Disneyland, Magic Mountain. There's another one, I think Busch Gardens. We used to go to Busch Gardens, and there was another one, I can't remember it. Universal Studios. We used to go to that too. And I miss all those days, and I'm just not in a position now to be able to even do any of those anymore. I think about Disneyland sometimes, and I wish I could go, but I'm disabled. So those days for me are over with. Well, I told you a little bit about my dad. My dad, when we moved to Ventura, California from Oakland. My dad ended up getting a job working at Pepsi-Cola, and he worked there for 35 years. Well, my mom ended up getting a job working as an answering service reception operator. You know, the kind where you pull the little cords out and punch it in and, to connect and stuff. That's what she did, and she did that for about 10 years. And back then, they didn't pay very well. I think she made $4 and something cents an hour. Back then. I guess that's considered decent back then, but today's standards, I wouldn't do it. I tried my hand at that, and it's hard work. You got to make sure you take the cord and put it in the right connection. Well, let's talk about my cars. Well, when I was 18 years old, I ended up buying a car from a friend of mine that she was getting rid of her car. It was a little Pinto, and I paid $60 for it. Well, it was on its last leg. I just wanted a car, so I paid $60 for it. So anyway, I was all happy. It made it to my house. And my dad being a mechanic, I thought my dad could fix it, but he said that the transmission was just shot in it. It would cost more than the car was worth. So at the time, I still lived at home with Mom and Dad, and my dad got rid of my car. He sold it. And I asked him, "Why did you do that, Dad?" And he said, "Because you don't have a driver's license." And I didn't. I says, "Well, I was going to get one." He says, "Well, you don't have a car to drive." So anyway, he got rid of it. I think he got $50 or $60 for it. He junked it. So then my second car was the fishbowl car. And my nieces and my nephews loved the car. It was a little green Ford Pacer. I absolutely loved it. I paid $300 for it. And guess what? I drove it around. Didn't have a driver's license, but guess what? It lasted me 3 months, and after that, it was gone. My dad ended up junking it. He ended up giving the guy across the street my Ford Pacer car when I was at work. He gave the guy the car for 4 brand new tires for his car. And I asked him when I got home, "Dad, why did you get rid of my car?" He said, "The transmission shot and you can't get parts for it." He says, "The guy offered me 4 brand new tires for my car and I needed them." So he junked my Pacer. I was upset, let me tell you, because that was my favorite car. And I was able to drive it. So anyway, but then after 3 months it did die on me. So let's see, the type of work that I did. Retail sales, retail management, CNA for hospice, elderly care, going to school to become a nurse. I did so many different jobs. I was a nanny for about 9 years when I was about 15 years old. Took care of a family that had 3 children. And I did that for about 9 years. I really enjoyed it, and I'm still lifelong friends with this family. I even had started my own housekeeping service at one time, me and my sister. We did that on the side. We had other jobs too, and that was a job that I had on the side, is Karen's housekeeping service. And we didn't do too bad. Me and my sister did houses together. Let's see, I sold Avon, I sold Tupperware, not Prince's House, Pink Zebra, sprinkles, wax melts. I did that for a while, and I've always had various types of businesses on the side, which I enjoyed. I was an entrepreneur at a very young age. I always liked earning money. First job I ever had was a babysitter, and I made 50 cents an hour. Not good today, but back then, that was something for me, because I'd go home with maybe $2 or $3, and I thought I was rich. I tried my hand at waitressing. I did graveyard shift at a restaurant called the Vagabond Restaurant. They're no longer in business. They are from Ventura, California, and I love that restaurant. That was me and my dad's favorite restaurant. We would always go there and have breakfast and meet up there and have breakfast and coffee, but they're no longer there. So waitressing, I tried my hand at that. Another thing I used to like to do for fun, I used to like to walk. I walked everywhere. I walked all over the place for miles and miles and miles. I used to like walking. I used to like getting also on the city bus and going to the mall. I used to like going shopping in the mall, and sometimes I didn't buy anything, sometimes I did. That was something I thought was fun. I used to like going out in the rain I love the rain. Bringing my umbrella in it pouring rain, I was happy because I like cold weather. I always have. I can take summer weather too. I did more when I was young, but the sunbathing thing, I eventually stopped doing that because I didn't want to ruin my skin. I used to like hanging out with my friends. There was a group of people that lived around me and stuff, which were my friends. We used to go on the weekends. We used to go to the Ventura Jetty, South Jetty, and we used to all hang out and do our thing. You know how kids are, bonfires, drinking beer. Yes, drinking beer. And yeah, there was drugs, unfortunately. That's when I was a lot younger, when I got mixed up in the wrong crowd. Those are times I'm not proud of, but God got me through it. Thank God. It's getting close to me having to pause on this video because I'm going past my minutes. I don't have a lot of the storage space in my phone, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short, and stay tuned for video 4. Like I said, I'm going to do a 6-part series. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching my videos. Please hit the like and subscribe, and watch my other videos, and leave comments down below. Ask me questions, and I'm thinking about maybe later on doing a live, but I don't know. I'll figure it out if that's what I want to do. I don't know if I've got enough people that would even be interested in showing up. Anyway, love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.